Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Noxford is a little card game with like this steampunk thing on it, but the theme just totally doesn't mean anything for me. Now, this is a game that I won't say excited about, but for a little card game, I was really into it and wanting it to be good. Now, full disclosure, I did buy this game, and then I was given a free copy, I think, on the Dice Tower Cruise. If this game was not given away on Dice Tower Cruise, then forgive me, but I know that I paid for my first copy. And Noxford is this little card game where you're playing cards down, and you're trying to surround other cards in order to score them. And some of the cards can go on top, and some will have powers and do different things. Without a doubt, the look of this game just totally let it down. It's very difficult to see, and for my eyes at least. I think the colors kind of mesh together, and they're very dull and very bland. This game is designed to be like a quick little game. It's not supposed to take very long. I think the name of the company is Quick, Simple, Fun, and you're just supposed to be very quick, very simple, and very fun, and I think it accomplishes that. I like the game. I don't love the game. And I think the production of the game let it down. The colors used, the theme attached to it, I think all of those things kind of brought it down a little bit and made it a game that I will not be keeping. It was fine. It's forgettable. It's not something that will stay with you. It's definitely cotton candy, but it was one of the better games in the quick, simple, fun lines, if you ask me. And the total production of it, I'd be very happy to see it with some brighter colors, some cars a little bit easier to use, and a completely different theme. I think the game would work a lot better. As for me, it was fine. It moved quick enough. It gave me some decisions. If you're looking for a little light filler game to put on the table, this could definitely be it. But for me and mine, this is going to be a Purge. Here's Noxford, which is a little game by Quick, Simple, Fun. Comes in a very small box, very, very portable. And it's one of those boxes that are like impossible to open up. Come on, open! Open sesame! Open sesame! Okay, that was the word. When you open it up, you're going to get a rule book inside, and you're going to get a bunch of deck of cards that will fit in here perfectly. You can see it says Noxford. You're going to have a number of these brown cards that are generic that you'll be playing. The cards are actually pretty good. I don't like the colors. It's a little bit bland. It's hard to see what's going on sometimes. And everybody will get their own deck of cards. And there's nothing here to play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue, green, purple, and orange. You're going to have your one master. And you have the rest of them that will make up what you'll be trying to do. The cards are pretty good for a little light card game. I like them. I just don't like some of the choices here of how bland they look. And it really, when they're on the table, can give you a little bit of headache trying to figure out what's going on. Here's the rule book. It's a little book that just opens up, how to play. What's really important is learning this placement, how they have to be played. After that, you can kind of see how things went, ending your turns, and how the master and the syndicate cards work. Everything's okay, end of game, how to score it up, and you'll be good to go. There's an example of the scoring on the back. I would say give yourself a good 10-15 minutes to read this. Not a lot going on, but there are a few terms that you really need to get into your mind before you start playing. Otherwise, a fairly good rule book. It did take me 3 or 4 reads to get through it to understand everything. Rules are not complicated. I'll blame myself and not the game for that. To start the game, everybody's going to get their deck of cards and set their master aside. You will then take the neutral cards. You will shuffle them up. Take 2, and you just need to make an L with it, and you're set up and ready to go. On your turn, you can do one of 2 things. You can play a card from your hand or from the neutral row. So when you play something from your hand, it needs to just touch 2 cards, and it needs to touch one of the sides. So this would be a good placement. This would not be a good placement because it's not touching 2 cards. This would not be a good placement because it's not touching here. This would not be a good placement because it's 1. This right here works fine, touching 2 cards, and you can see the crease is all the way up and down. So you can play one of your own cards with that, or there'll be 3 cards that will be face up randomly. You can choose one of these, and you can place this on your turn. Maybe I would place it right there, and then what you would do is you would refill the row. Another thing you can do is you can take one of your cards and you can play it on top of another card. Each card's going to have a number. It's very small. No reason why it has to be this small, but this is a 2. So I could place a 2 on top of a 1. So let's say I'm purple. I want to play the 2. I can just place it right here because this one has a 1 on it, and place it right on top. The same could be done for a 3. That could be placed on top of a 1 or a 2. So long as the number is bigger, it can go on top. At the end of your turn, you draw back up to 3. The neutral cards will have 3 cards, and the next player will go. Each player will have a master card. The master card plays like any other card, except at the end of the game, it will count as 2. So if this was, let's say we had a card set up like this, and it was touching 2 cards, this master card would count as 2 as opposed to the normal 1. So this master card right here would count as 2. This card would only count as 1 being next to it. One other thing the master card tells you is which buildings will score more for you. In this case, orange will score more for factory buildings. And you'll see this card right here has a factory building on it. So I'm going to score more points for that. You can see here, the purple player will score for these type of buildings, so he's going to have more precedent towards these type of buildings and surrounding them. It is important to note that the neutral cards has these barracks that look like a cop hat. So if a cop hat is next to something, all of those cards will not score. Let's say it was right here. These cards would not score, and that's what a barracks card is going to do. Then you would determine who is centered around a card the most. In this case right here, let's say it is green centered around, so he's going to score points for all of these. If it was maybe set up like this, and purple was surrounding it like so, then purple would score the points for that. You gain 1 point for each of the icons. If your master is next to it, then you're going to score 2 points. This could be 8 points for this player, versus if it was like this, the green would only score 1 point for each one. Whoever has the most victory points wins the game. Who should buy this game? It's going to be simply, I think, the plus for this game is going to be how portable it is. If you're traveling a lot and you want a little game to take with you, you're going on a cruise, and you want something that can be easily thrown in a bag or in an airplane bag, I think this is a great game to take with you. I think if you like area control and you want a portable version of that, this is going to be it. I think if you had a bigger scale table and you want something a little bit meatier, I think those games are out there. El Grande would be an example of one, but I think if you're wanting something portable, going to be traveling a little bit, I think it's very easy to stick in a carry-on bag, and you have a little portable game you can take with you. Outside of that, a light filler, something just to pass the time while maybe you're setting up a larger game for the evening. That's who I think this game should be. For us, I think the graphic design and the colors used will be a negative enough for us to purge this
Thanks
game.
for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.